What is up, everyone? It's Joe the Collector of Superheroes once again, and I am here with another unboxing video for you guys. Another tutorial, another video where I am going to be explaining some things about, to some new collectors about what comic book grading is like, my experience with comic book grading, and just some CGC books that I've been waiting for a year to get graded, and how I grade my books, what I'm starting to do with my comic books. And before I get started, I just want to say this is not a knock on CGC. I do respect and love CGC comic books and their slabs and their business and everything like that, but I do not like the turnaround times for CCS at all. I do not think they do a good job at it, and their customer service is starting to become crap. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So without just harping too much on that, I want to get into this CGC unboxing. This is 10 CGC books that people should be on the lookout for 2022. And these are some books that some of them you can find fairly cheap, some are starting to get hard to find. But if you can find these 10 moderns, these are 10 moderns that people need to be on the lookout for. These are books to speculate on and to acquire and to get graded, because high grade 9/8 of these books are fetching a pretty penny right now. So I have here my mail call. Been waiting on this box for about a good year now, and I am going to be talking more about this experience on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on my Instagram, my IG handle is the Collector of Superheroes, and it is a picture of the Collector from Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, so I'm about to pop this open, and like I was saying, I want to talk a little bit more about basically what happened with this submission. I have been dealing with CGC for a very long time. Never has this happened to me. This last year by far was the worst year luck wise for me. I had a lot of bad luck last year, and this year I just want to turn my luck around and do things differently. So this was last year's submission, and I'm just now getting them in a year later. They basically messed up my order. I had 22 books that went out, and they were supposed to be pressed and clean. One of the representatives, they didn't take responsibility for it. They said it was a mix-up, but basically I had waited a whole year. They never pressed and cleaned any of my books. Two of my books got pressed and clean, and I don't want to get too much into it, but basically they messed up my order, and they had to give me $100 credit is what they gave me for a year's waiting on these books. I mean, a lot of these books are going into my personal collection anyway, so I really don't care. But what pisses me off is I have to get some of these books pressed and clean again and regraded, because I know they're 9/8. What I do is I look at comic books on condition. So you guys should be doing the same thing. You guys should be searching raw comic books based on the highest condition that you can possibly find. And if you guys want to head over to my Instagram page and you guys want to shoot me some messages on what to look for when it comes to finding high grade comic books, what to look for moderns, for older books. You need to know how to grade a book in your mind and what CGC looks for. Basically, you want to find the most flawless looking book that you can find in any book, in any condition. You want to pay the best price for the highest grade book. And if you have to pay a little bit more, if there's 10 books on eBay and all 10 books they're asking $50. But that one book, if you see 10 books on eBay, 9 books are asking 50, but one guy wants 100 for that really pristine comic book. That's the book that sometimes you need to pay that $100 to get, because that might be that book that will be a 9.8. In a lot of situations, I have done that. I have purchased a book and paid a little upcharge, a premium for a book, and it turned out to be spot on. The guy says it was a 9.8 or 9.6. I mean, it's flawless. He wants a little bit more money. You can't be greedy. You have to pay sometimes for that premium to get that big book, to get that 9.8, because the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8 when it comes to moderns in any book, really, I mean, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you are new to collecting, you're new to getting into comics and stuff like that, and you're undecided on what you want to do, if you don't have the money for a 9.6 or a 9.8, save up for it and get that 9.8. Sometimes it's better to get the 9.8, 9.6s, pay a little more, save up that money, get that big grade, as opposed to a 9.4 or 9.2, because now you're going to be stuck with a book if it comes time to sell it, if you're a seller. If you're just somebody who wants a book for your personal collection and you're just happy to acquire it and you're short on funds, then yes, that's 100% understandable. But if you're a collector, you're a seller, and you're looking to resell for value and high premium, do not spend your money on 9.2, 9.4, because it's just not worth it. So with that being said, we are going to get into this unboxing, and I have here 10 badass books from CGC, and we're going to show you guys one by one each comic book that I picked up. 10 moderns, and we're going to start with the first one. Let's go. Okay, so the first book is a book that they didn't press and clean. Now, I'm looking at the book, and this book is like almost flawless. There is hardly anything wrong with this book, except it needed to be a little bit cleaned. I do not see why this book didn't come back a 9.6 or a 9.8, because honestly, the only thing this book needed was a good little cleaning, and there's nothing really wrong with it. This should have got a 9.6 or a 9.4. Instead, I'm sorry, a 9.6 or a 9.8. Instead, this book got a 9.4. I don't understand it, and they didn't press and clean my books. So I'm pretty upset about that. This is a first appearance of Spawn. This one predates Spawn #1. So everybody knows this is the Spawn preview. It predates Spawn #1, and it's just a really badass Spawn comic book. And really happy to have this in my collection again, because I have to send it back out to get pressed and clean, and I need a 9.8, a 9.6 in this book. Pretty happy to have that back to where I can look at it back in my collection. But so next book we have up is first appearance of Spiderman 2099. This one came back a 9.6. So pretty happy with the grade. Another book they didn't press and clean, and you can see it needed a little bit of cleaning on the back. I mean, the book is flawless. There's really hardly anything wrong with it. But I'm going to accept this 9.6. I'm going to accept it. I'm happy with the 9.6. I'm not going to get this one regraded. I'm going to leave that one there. So I don't understand what they did wrong with my submission, but I could have swore I got the label, custom label on this book. I don't have the custom label on here. I don't get it. I don't know what CGC is doing, but I'm almost positive I got a custom label on here. I need to look back at my submission. I don't know. Sometimes the internet is very, when you're doing your online submission for CGC, you have to make sure you click every little box, because if you don't click the box, you might have missed getting something that you asked for. And so I don't honestly care. I'm just happy that I got this Marvel Superheroes number 7 in a 9.8. Big shout out to Harry too, because I remember I traded him a 9.8 that I had for, I believe, first appearance of Luke Cage or something like that. He really wanted this book, and I hooked up my buddy Harry, but I have 2 copies of this book, and I had like 3 or 4 copies of the book, and they were super high grade. And I have been sitting on this one for a long time, and it's absolutely flawless, absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy. Came back 9.8. I mean, the book is pristine. It's flawless. 9.8. First appearance of Julia Carpenter. First appearance of the new Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter. You can see her right there. I've always been a fan of hers, and it's a book that I always been specking on. And one day she's gonna blow up, and they haven't did her justice yet. All right, so another book that I could have swore I got the custom label on, but I didn't. So whatever. I'm just happy that these books came back high grade and I didn't get them pressed and clean. So first appearance of Weapon X, Wolverine, Marvel Comics presents number 72. This is the first appearance of Weapon X, Wolverine. These books I had got from a private collection, and I love the back pinup. It's by the back art is by Jackson Geis, back cover art, and I love its Daredevil, Sheena, and who is it? And Red Wolf. Yeah, Shanna, Daredevil, and Red Wolf. And the front cover is a Barry Windsor Smith cover. So that's huge. Wolverine, Weapon X. So that one came back 9.8. 9.8s of this book are going for around $500. 9.8s of Secret Wars right now is 7 is going for like around $400. So pretty good books to get graded and get 9.8s. If you can get the 9.8s, you're in the money. So I got another 9.8 on my Marvel Comics Presents 72. So I got 2 9.8s of the Marvel Comics Presents 72. So happy with those grades. Excuse me, guys. Alright, so another badass book that I just got back. First appearance of Dakin, Omega Red, and Jubilee appearance. E-music inserts included. Love this one because it's a Joe Quesada cover. So this is the first appearance of Dakin. Alright, this is Wolverine's son. Badass Echo Unlimited ad on the back. So I love that book. Check that out, guys. Echo Unlimited ad and first appearance of Dakin. Really badass. I love it. I'm in love with these books. Happy to have them back in my collection. Alright. Alright, what else we got coming up? We have here Namor #1, John Burns. So I don't see anything wrong with this book. There's no reason why this should not have came back a 9.8. I am shocked this is not a 9.8. It's absolutely flawless. I don't understand why it's not a 9.8. This should be a 9.8. There is no reason why this book should not be 9.8. It's absolutely flawless. I'm looking at every single little thing on this book, and this is another book. It came from the same Wolverine Marvel Comics Presents 72. It's a 9.8. That's a 9.8. I don't understand why it came back 9.6. It's absolutely flawless, but you know, I honestly don't care. I'm a huge Namor fan, so that's just gonna go in my private collection. I don't care because I got another one, and this one came back 9.8. So I'm okay with getting one of two 9.8s. The other one's a 9.6. But this one is going into my personal collection. It's absolutely flawless, beautiful, and it's a newsstand. So newsstand, was the other one a newsstand as well? No, the other one is not a newsstand, but this is a newsstand 9.8, and I am super excited to have that one in my personal collection, which I'll probably display over here with my Namor. I'll put that over here, Namor, and it's pretty badass. So yeah, that will go with my Namor statue. And what else did I get graded? This one is freaking huge for me. It's freaking awesome book that I bought from the comic shop years ago. Shout out to my buddy Red Rum, Ricardo Martinez, looking out for me with this book, putting me up on the comic book game like I'm putting you guys up on a comic book game years ago. He told me about Sentry first appearance. This guy's name is Bob. So Bob Reynolds, okay? Bob Robert Reynolds, first appearance of the Sentry. This is a J. Lee cover and art, Paul Jenkins story, but this is the variant cover, and this one is super hard to find. This variant cover, people sleep on it. When the Sentry comes out, it's gonna go through the freaking roof. People are gonna be looking for this variant. They're not gonna be able to find it. It's gonna be one of those hard to find variants where people are gonna lose their mind over, because Sentry is basically Marvel's Superman, and there's a lot that they can do with this character. He has a fascinating story, same way that Moon Knight does. And you guys already see what the Moon Knight books are doing. So, alright, this one I'm pissed off about. This book was beautiful. It was very, very nice. Excuse me. And they gave it such a low grade, and I'm pretty pissed off about it. I'm not gonna lie. Never cleaned it. It's got some dirt on the back. You can see has a little bend that they never pressed and cleaned. And so they gave it a very, very low grade, and they never cleaned it. They never pressed it. They never cleaned it. I was thinking at least a 9.4 for this book. I don't understand how it's not a 9.6 though, or 9.4, 9.6. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. This is a Herb Trimp cover. Bob McLeod, Lara Hama story. Excuse me. But you guys can see that on the back, they left like some dirt. They left dirt on the cover. It honestly looks like the dirt is on the slab, and it's not on the cover. They got like dirt in the slab, which I don't understand. There's like some dirt in that corner over there. You guys can see over there. But this is first appearance of G.I. Joe comic. First G.I. Joe #1. It only came back at 8.5. But I wish it would have came back, because this is like hard to find high grade newsstand. And it only came back at 8.5. And I'm pretty bummed out about it, because I had high hopes for this book. I paid a lot of money for it. It wasn't cheap, and pretty bummed out. But whatever. I got an 8.5 on it. It's going into my personal collection. Not too worried about it. But of course, the heaters. I got some heat in here. I got a lot of 9.8s. Sentry was epic. I love that book. Super happy to have that one. My 9.8 first appearance in Namor, which, I mean, not first appearance, but 98 Namor #1, which people are freaking like sleeping on. This is John Byrne too, so read this story. I freaking love it, and I'm just happy to have this John Byrne Namor #1 in my collection. Yeah, and so there's some fire in here. I'm pretty happy with a lot of these books, a lot of these grades. This Marvel Comics presents Wolverine Weapon X #1, super epic, and BWS cover, Barry Windsor Smith. So yeah, man, I'm pretty excited for these, and I'm happy for these books. And if there's anything that you guys would like to know about collecting, how to collect, you guys subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys like this video, comment, and let me know what you guys are into collecting, any pointers, anything you guys would like to know about the hobby or how I grade my books or anything like that. Go ahead, feel free to comment down below, and I'll try to get to everybody as quickly as possible. So that is everything that I have acquired from this CGC mail call. I've been waiting over a year for these, and I have some more books that they are scheduled to come in soon. So I'm going to keep this video kind of short, like 20 minutes. And thank you guys for viewing. As always, Joe the Collector of Superheroes. Stay collecting, my friends. Peace. One. I'm out. See you guys in the next one.